So today we're covering session 16. Session 16. Start. So can you read for me? The first paragraph. The first sentence, sorry. Anyone? Jesus.
Properties invalid. The position sees its property. The position sees its property sits how an element is positioned in a document. The top, right, bottom, and left properties determine the final location or position of elements.
Okay, the second one, which is static. No, not you.
Static. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document. The top, right, bottom, left, and Z index properties have no effect. This is the default value.
Cindy?
Relative. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document, and then offset relative to itself based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other element. Thus, the space given to the element of the page layout is the same as if positioned were.
Okay, let's pause. So Tanvir, can you explain what you read for us?
Excuse me?
Can you explain what you read for us, which is the position says property?
The position says
You are explaining your understanding. Yeah.
So from my understanding, the position says its property is where you
Or you can refer back to your book.
I don't think I made notes on it.
Oh, good.
On this position, what I think it is like where you can position a property, like I think an image or something, if I'm not mistaken. We can make to the top or to the left side or to the bottom, you make it or something like that. I don't think I'm right.
Okay.
I'm not thinking, but I was not what the position says is property.
Okay. Sister, can you explain what you read for us?
With static.
Yeah.
So static is the element position according to the normal flow. So if you have the three blocks, for example, that will be positioned in the same flow of the document, and that's the default sort of mode. I put relative or absolute like the, how can I say?
You have empty in front of you. You can open it.
So like with sticky, if you move or scroll, you can scroll down to see the rest of the information.
Can you are you on position in MDN?
Yes.
Kitanur, can you explain to us again, because I just saw that you realized something.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh. Yeah.
So I think I was kind of right when I was playing the first part, but with the position, it's like where you can position certain objects on your website. So like you get static, relative, absolute, and fixed and sticky. So those are like properties of properties of position, right?
Position is the property.
Values of the properties.
Yes.
So you can choose whichever one. So like she explained static. So static is like on one position. It stays there. Like it doesn't move. If you have 3 boxes, it will stay in those 3 box spaces. And then with the others, it will move whatever value you put and whatever amount you put. You can move to a page and stuff like that.
Okay. Cindy, can you explain what you read for us?
Okay, so the relative position in my understanding is that, as it says, it moves the.
Can you go on MDN?
The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document, and then offset relative to itself based on the values on the top, right, bottom, and left. I don't understand what MDN is saying.
So if you can go on examples and just play with it and tell me what you understand. What do you make out of that?
The example for the relative position, it has other values that sets the relative on 40 pixels from the top and it moves it 40 pixels to the left. So making the selected element, which is the middle box, move slightly to the right and closer to the other elements. That's it.
Okay. So, sister, can you read absolute for me?
Absolute. The element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its closest position ancestor, if any, or to the internal containing block. Its final position is determined by the values of top, right, bottom, and middle.
Can you read that again? Because there was a word you missed. You said internal, it is initial. But you can read that again.
Okay, absolutely. The element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its closest position ancestor, if any, or to the internal containing block. Its final position is determined by the values of top, right, bottom, and middle.
Okay, that is initial again.
Oh, sorry. Very fun.
You keep saying internal because you think about internal style sheet, but yeah.
Sorry, but
that is
I understand what it's saying.
Yeah, no problem. So, sister, can you read fixed boss?
The element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its initial containing block, which is the viewport in the case of visual media. Its final position is determined by the values of top, right, bottom, and middle.
Cindy, can you read fixed for us?
The element is moved from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its initial containing block, which is the viewpoint in the case of visual media. Its position is determined by the values top, right, bottom, and left.
Okay, guys, when you read, stop scanning because Cindy just made the same mistake here that you made. She said viewpoint, it's viewport, but that's not a problem. So can each and every one of you guys explain what you make out of what you just read? No, one by one. I gave you absolute, right? Who read absolute? Okay, so explain what you understand on absolute.
So my understanding for absolute is that I'm going to use the Indian example now.
Yeah.
Explain. So on the example here, there's 3 boxes. So the 2 is blue and the 1 is yellow. So what I understand is that it's, when they say it's closer to the position ancestor, so the first one, like the first box you put down, your other one that you would move, the 1 yellow, would be closest to the ancestor. So like it moves about the other boxes, what I understand.
Okay. Cindy, can you explain fixed? You did fixed, okay.
So fixed is similar to absolute, and the values will determine the difference where it is on the page. So it also creates a stacking. So if there's 2 pages on the document, the block would be on the same place as the first.
Okay. So Cindy, can you read sticky and also explain what does it mean? Or what do you make out of it?
The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document and then offset relative to its nearest scrolling ancestor and containing block, nearest block level ancestor, including table-related elements based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other element. So according to the MBA example, what I understand about sticky is that the document, the element selected sort of like sticks onto the screen when you have like a scrolling position, and that position of when you scroll on is determined by the top right, bottom left.
Okay. Nice one, guys. So this is what we'll focus on today. I was just trying to show you guys I was trying to make you sure guys you remember what we did last time, which is in session 14, because in session 15 we were just doing some CSS drop downs, which was last week. We did 2 assignments and you all. So today, after the revision, we'll do a quiz. After the quiz, we'll take a break, a 15 minutes break. After the 15 minutes break, we'll start with the multiple background images, word wrap property, border radius, text shadow, box shadow, border image, and transform properties. All right. So, sister Tanvir, can you read the first one for me?
The first thing to understand is the concept of link stacks. The few stacks that links can exist in. These can be styled using different procedural processes.
Okay. Yeah. No, you explained after.
Link. A link that has a destination, example, not just a named anchor, styled using the link pseudoclass.
Okay, Cindy.
A link that has already been visited exists in the browser's history, styled using the
Visited.
pseudo-class.
Visited pseudo-class.
Okay, the visited pseudo-class.
However, a link that is hovered over by a user's mouse pointer styled using the hover pseudoclass.
Okay.
Focus. A link that is focused, example, moved by a keyboard user using a tab key or something similar, or programmatically focused using HTML and a mobile focus. This is styled using the focus pseudoclass.
Active a link that is activated, e.g., clicked on, styled using the active pseudoclass.
Okay, Tanvir, can you explain what you understand of the first one, the first sentence that you read? What do you make out of it?
So, my understanding is that this has like different things that you could use to make on a web page that is like, if you go into something, it will show you that you clicked on it, it will change different color. If you want your cursor to be on something, so it's like all very useful under the pseudoclass when you need to do it in CSS and stuff like that.
Okay. Sister, can you do a link? Explain link. What that is do? What do you understand of it?
So the link is just the destination link or like where it's going, but it shows that the link has not been visited yet.
Okay. Cindy.
So after you clicked on or visited the link, and you can style to differentiate that the link has been visited using the visited pseudoclass.
I can't hear you. Remember the volume because we are recording here.
Visited link, styling or visited state is when you can style it to show that that link has been visited using the visited pseudoclass.
Okay, Tanvir, can you explain hover?
Hover is when you put your cursor over something, like you can choose a cursor, just like that.
Okay, you can go on MDN.
I think I'm confusing the two.
Go on MDN. MDN is going to give you answers.
Okay, so hover is when if you go over a link, it will make like the background black or something. You can change the color of it. It will show you where your cursor is on the website. So if you go to read it, it will be like the background. Over that word, it will be like black, so you know your cursor is actually. So that's like hovering over it the whole time.
Okay, sister, focus,
So focus
volume, recording.
So focus if you have maybe a block with information in, or focus if you click on that block, it will basically highlight that whole block if the HTML element focus element is used.
Okay, Cindy, active.
Active is a link that is activated, so click on the active pseudoclass.
What do you understand? You understanding on it?
My understanding is that it's a link that you can click on and it will take you to that designated.
Okay. So guys, are you comfortable on link states? Are you? Cindy? Do you have any question? Any questions? Cindy? All right. The first one.
The Z indexes its properties is the Z order of a position element
Volume.
and its descendants of flex and grade items. Overlapping elements with the larger Z index cover those with the smaller one.
Thank you, sister.
The overflow says issue and property sets the desired behavior when content does not fit in a parent element box. Overflows in horizontal and or vertical direction.
Cindy.
Visible overflow content is not clicked and may be visible outside the element's heading box. The element box is not a scroll container. This is the default value of the overflow property.
Okay, let's go back with the understanding. Sister, what do you understand of the
So the Z index is like when you have boxes and you can make them like one above each other, and you can also put like the front into the first one to the front and then this will be at the back of it, or you can put the back ones over the front ones. So it's like layering almost.
Okay.
So the overflow says issue and property. This is desired behavior with content as a fit in the parent box. So you can either set it to visible, hidden, or auto. It's like the information that's in the box, how you want it to be made if
If it
there's not enough
overflows.
space in the overflows.
Okay, okay.
The visible property value of the overflow property shows or makes the overflow content visible outside the heading box.
Sorry?
It makes the content visible out of its container so you can see that it's been an overflow.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Let's start at the back. Cindy, can you read hidden?
Hidden overflow content is clipped at the element's heading box. There are no scroll bars and the clipped content is not visible, i.e. clipped content is hidden, but the content still exists. User agents do not add scroll bars and also do not allow users to view the content outside the clipped region by actions such as dragging on a touch screen or using the scroll wheel on a mouse. The content can be scrolled programmatically, for example, by setting the value of the scroll left property or the scroll to method, in which case the element box is a scroll container.
Sister?
Auto overflow content is clipped at the element's parent box, and overflow content can be scrolled into view. Unlike scroll, user agents display scroll bars only if the content is overflowing and hide scroll bars by default. If content fits inside the element's parent box, it looks the same as with the visible, but it still
Establishes
establishes a
view formatting context.
view formatting context. The element box is a scroll container.
Sister?
Clip. Overflow content is clipped at the element's overflow clip edge that is defined using the overflow clip margin property. As a result, content overflows the element elements paired in box are the length value of overflow margin, whereby 0 pixels is not set. Overflow content outside the clip region is not visible. User agents do not add a scroll bar and programmatic scrolling is also not supported. No new formatting context is created. To establish a formatting context, use overflow. Clip along with display flow loop. The element box is not the scroll content.
Okay.
Scroll. Overflow content is closed
wait.
at the element.
We have to explain what we talk about in that first. We'll come back to this. So, can you explain, starting from hidden, because we already did z-index, the overflows, as a shortened property, and the visible. So, Cindy, can you explain what you understand, what to make out of hidden property? And sister will explain what she makes out of the auto value. Yeah.
The hidden property hides the overflow content.
Property. Value. There is a value. Remember, the property is overflow.
The hidden value hides the overflow content. So you can't see whatever content that's been overflowed. You can't scroll. It's hidden of the that's overflowing the container.
Okay, sister?
The auto overflow content, so similar to scroll, where you can scroll the information that is in there. So you can still see everything that is in there with a scroll option, like a scrolling thing.
Okay. Can you explain what you read for us, which is clip?
So clip basically clips the overflow. So if there's a paragraph that overflows, the last line to basically clip the page. So all the other information will be there.
Okay, so Cindy, oh sorry, can you read scroll?
Scroll. Overflow content is clipped at the elements paired box. And overflow content can be scrolled into view using scroll bars. User aims display scroll bar in both horizontal and vertical directions if only value is set. Whether or not any content is overflowing or clipped. The use of this keyword therefore can prevent scroll bars from appearing and disappearing as content changes. Printers may still print overflowing content. The element box is a scroll container.
Okay. The vertical align?
The vertical align CSS property sets vertical alignment from an inline block to table cell box.
So Tanvir, can you explain scroll to us? What do you understand of it?
The scroll property value, you can have it both like on the side you can scroll and it's like down there, so you can have it at the bottom, you can scroll from side to side also.
Okay. Sister, can you explain the vertical align CSS property for us?
So the vertical align CSS property sets the alignment. So it can be used.
Are you on MTN?
Sorry?
Are you on MTN? Please quickly search for vertical align.
Okay, yes. So it can be used to position images of text on a line or cells in a table.
Okay. So now we'll do examples. So I'll read. Right. So this is just part of the revision. So the position. The position CSS property sets how an element is positioned in a document. The top, right, bottom, and left properties determine the final location of a positioned element. As you can see. First we have position starting, and it seems like it's not doing anything. Then, and it's really not doing anything because static is the default of position property. Right. In this term, you can control the position property for the yellow box, which is the main focus in this example. Is what? The yellow box. The yellow box is the selected element. You see the F box one. In the second example, the position derivative and some values, which is some property which is top and left. We declared the property top and we gave it a value of 40 pixels, which is it must go to the top at 40 pixels. And we also declared the property left and we said it must go to left by 40 pixels. Right. And this is what we see here. Just to understand. And right here we have absolute. Remember, when I say remember absolute, it is taken out of the normal document flow. Because if you can still remember the example we had for relative, that's not position. Which is in position relative, it's not taken out of the document flow. It's within the document flow, right? Which is, if it was containing a pattern, it's within its pattern in the relative. Absolutely, it's taken out of the document flow, which means it goes up to the top, which is the first HTML pattern, which is the HTML itself. The HTML takes itself. So it's taken out of the normal document flow. It jumps up. Right. Then on the side, we have sticky. Who can explain what is going on?
So as you scroll, the box moves with the range.
Okay.
So it's still on the same spot, but as you scroll down, it's
This
scroll.
is it. Nice. So now we have the Z index. With the Z index, the main focus is the brown box right behind this. So on bottom, as you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. Okay. You do understand what is Z index? So the higher Z index here is 6. That's why this 6 is on top. Right? Then after that it's 4, and 2, and all to all. Right. If we just quickly go on this side, the higher Z index is still 6. And we just gave our brown element a value of 1, which is it will come after 2. Auto is going to be behind the brown element Z index because it's automatically distributed. Right. Then we have 2 on this side. Let's quickly come on this side. On this side, the brown element is given a value of 3, which is here it is given a value of 1. There are 3 other elements laying on top of it. On this side, we have just 2 elements, which is 6 and 4, which is 6 being the highest and 4 being the highest on 3. So we have 2 elements laying on top of the brown element. Right. The next examples is overflow. We've already spoken about visible, hidden, flip, scroll. So what do we have on the left hand side? On the right hand side? So in CSS we work with properties and labels. You must remember that because when you reach JavaScript, we're going to teach you about objects. Objects work similar to CSS in terms of not structure-wise, but I would say in terms of nouns, because when we get to objects, we get to understand there's properties and there's values. Oh, let's say key value which is this. Right? Similar to that, it's not that. You mustn't look for overflow in JavaScript. There isn't that. You create your own custom properties and also your values. So, on this, we have property of a flow, then we have the property visible. When it's visible, it will overflow right through until it takes this finish. When you have hidden, it will hide because this is hidden on display. When you have clip, it will clip same as here. When you have scroll, it will create a scroll as you see horizontal and vertical. When you have auto, it will look if it's overflowing, it will create a scroll bar. But if it's not overflowing, it will just be visible. Right, you understand? Alright. So let's take a 15 minutes break, then we'll come back at 10:40. Let me just pause it. So guys, I have some questions and quizzes. The first one, we'll just answer it one by one. Let's wait for Cindy to come back. Okay, guys, there's a word property. I don't know if it's a property or a value. I just need you guys to give me an answer. What do you understand of it, or what is it, or what do you think it is? You can. The first one? Okay. You said you think it is a value. So what does it do? Cindy, can you explain the word drop was?
The text wrap controls how the text inside and image is
Tanvir, can you explain the word drop?
Word wrap is it is a paragraph and the words like the paragraphs are not like in line with each other. Then you can put word wrap in and then make it like all like it's like a squee. So the paragraphs like a squee, unlike the before like serving in the language, you know.
Okay. Nice.
So word wrap has two values, normal and word break. Break word. So with the normal, it could be in the same line and would break at any word in the sentence. But if you use break word, you can break long words if they exceed the container.
All right. Transform properties.
The transform property is when you can change the shape of a picture, you can make it like elongated, you make it rotate, we do a lot of things with it, like we just change it around or make it just more out.
Okay. Cindy, transform properties. I can't hear you.
The transform property values allow you to rotate the selected element.
Okay. Sister?
So you can either scale it up and down, or you can adapt it, or you can what is it? The translate you wanted from yesterday.
Border radius? Cindy?
Border radius property around the corners of the selected element.
Okay. Tanvir? Border property?
For the property,
Yeah.
the radius.
Border radius.
The border radius is where you can, if your box is a square, you can make it like smooth the edges, or you make it the right and the left bottom corner, you can make it smooth and the other two square, like it's just to make it like different shape of the border box and stuff.
Okay. Sister? Border radius?
Then I ask you to the word for like to change the edges to round.
To change the edges. Right. Cindy? Border image?
Border image property draws an image around
Volume? Okay, now you can empty it. By the way, this is our main focus for the day.
the border image CSS property draws an image around a given element. So, in my understanding, it's sort of like you make borders using images.
Okay. Box shadow? Tanvir?
The box shadow is where you can have like a box, then you can make a shadow behind it, like you so like a bit further away from the box, just like a shadow over it.
Cindy?
Border shadow, box shadow, sorry. Property adds the shadow effects around an element's frame. So if you frame happens to be a box, then you have a shadow around the box.
Sister?
Border shadow allows you to add a shadow effect to the element. You can specify the color of the shadow, the opacity, like if you want it blur or darker or lighter.
Text shadow? Cindy?
It's when you can add a shadow on your text and similar to the properties of a box shadow on the color of your shadow and how transparent you can make it like a shadow.
Who can tell us about the multiple background property? Sorry, the multiple background image. How can we use multiple sources of it? What is it about?
If you put two images on your background, so you link like the URL for both and size that you want to on the background.
Okay, Cindy?
It's when you make your background your image instead of just the solid colors.
Can I have one?
More than one.
So, with the background images, you can have multiple background images, and then in order to get it all in, you separate it by column. So it's like a shorthand in a sense.
Tanvir? Transform properties?
The transform property is where you can rotate the image, you can make it skew you made it upside down, all those values you can do to it.
So after this lesson, you guys have to do some practicals, which is I'm gonna write what you must use. Number one, you must use the background images, which is you have to insert multiple background images. I want to see that, and use the transform properties, and also the border radius. Shadow. Take shadow. So, Tanvir, can you read the first one for me?
Multi-background images. You can use the background image property of the multi-values separated by commas.
The second one, sister?
The word wrap property is used to specify whether or not the browser should break lines within words to prevent overflow and an otherwise unbreakable string is too long to fit in its containing box.
Cindy, the third one?
The border radius CSS property around the corners of an element's outer border edge. You can set a single radius to make circular corners or two radius
Yeah.
to make
Elliptical corners. So, multiple background images. You can use background image property with multiple values separated by commas. So, what it says there, you can use multiple background images. Only you can achieve that by separating with commas, so that you can have multiple background images, right? The word wrap property is used to specify whether or not the browser should break lines within words to prevent overflow when an otherwise unbreakable string is too long to fit in its containing box. The border radius. The border radius CSS property rounds the corners of an element's outer border edge. You can set a single radius to make a circular corner or two radii to make elliptical corners. There's just two radii because it's radius. Cindy, can you read the fourth one, which is border image?
the border image CSS property throws an image around a given element. It replaces the element's regular border.
Okay. Sister, can you do the word wrap?
Word wrap in CSS, if you have an unbreakable string such as a really long word, by default it will overflow in container that is too small in the inner direction. You can see this happening in the example below. The long word is extending past the boundary of the box it is containing.
Okay, sister, Tanvir?
The box shadow CSS property adds shadow effects around an element frame. You can set multiple effects separated by commas. A box shadow is described by X and Y offsets relative to the element, blur and spread, radius and color.
Alright. So, Cindy, can you do text shadow?
The text shadow CSS property adds shadows to text. It accepts a comma-separated list of shadows to be applied to the text and any of its decorations. Each shadow is described by some combination of x and y offsets from the elements, blur, radius, and
Sister, the transform.
The transform is property makes you rotate, scale, skew, translate an element. It modifies the coordinate space of the CSS for visual and model.
Okay, Tanwir, can you read the last one?
If the property has a value different than none, a stacking context will be created. In that case, the element will act as a containing block for any position, fixed or position absolute elements that it contains.
So we have the examples there. The background image CSS property sets one or more background images on the element. Can you quickly go on India and search background image? Because I need it. And go on and try the examples. And tell me what you see.
So the first one is just a message and then the second one and the start is video and then on the third one it's about the first image and then the last one it's behind but the one above is not transparent so you can
Tell me what you see, you want to understand.
The first one is just a lizard. The second one, the star is behind the lizard. And then the third one is where the stars are above the lizard. The fourth one is the lizard is there, but then there's other like a multicolored background, like a bubble, like below it or something. And then the one is over the lizard, but it's not also at the same time.
Isn't it? How do you see it? What do you understand?
Okay, so on the first one, I can see that the original URL, which has the lizard, is there, but then there's been another value that's been added, which is the linear gradient, which adds the other background color using the
RGBA. So you can see that you can use multiple background images. Look at the second example. On the caps and stars. Can you see that example? No, on the screen. Not on the screen. On the right side. Caps and stars class. You see that we have the first image and we have the second image. And they are separated by what? The comma. That's how you can do a background image on one. Right. So same thing. You can use the background image property with multiple values separated by comma. Oh, do you remember? You said the word rep was not a property, it was a value. Can you still say that? Oh, okay, nice.
I explained afterwards these two values to one property.
Oh, okay, nice. So two, word wrap property. The word wrap property is used to specify whether or not the browser should break lines within words to prevent overflow when an otherwise unbreakable string is too long to fit in its containing box. So we have the transform. The transform CSS property lets you rotate, scale, skew, or translate an element. It modifies the coordinate space of CSS visual formatting model. The transform CSS property lets you rotate, scale, skew, or translate an element. It modifies the coordinate space of CSS visual formatting model. So can you quickly go on MDN and play with those examples? So on the pen is on MDN, transform. And there. That's session transform. Play with those different values. You can go there. If you play, okay. That's a split. Take me through what you see there in your screens. Anyone of you guys.
The first one is staged.
Hmm?
The first one is staged in
The value of it is a stretch.
multiple values. I'm explaining it actually.
Oh, okay.
So he said it's being staged, but the way the guy explained on the video is it's moving like away from us, away from the screen, and it looks like it's going smaller, but it's actually not.
Okay. The second one, Cindy.
So when I play on the second screen, translate, which has the value of translate, it's set at 120 pixels to 50%, and it's currently so like on the right hand side. But then when I move it, when I move when I change the 120 pixel to 20 pixel, it then moves the picture sort of like to the center.
Okay. Then where the third one?
So the third one is the value scale. So what I'm seeing is like stitching the image, it's in the middle, but then it pulls it like the ends to the end of the pages, so it's like it's stitching it up. But like, what you call this right now? Landscape is what?
You can call it landscape this way.
Yeah, so it's like, it's the image is here, they pull it till the end. But you can still see what kind of image it is.
So what value is that?
That is scale.
Okay, so it either scales down or up.
Yeah.
Okay. So Cindy, can you read the following one after scale? Or can you tell us what do you understand about it?
Okay, rotate, it rotates the image, like it rotates it rotates it. I don't know how to.
It rotates, you told us it rotates, so you are right on that, don't worry. Tanwir, can you tell us sister, not Tanwir, sorry. After rotate we have,
Skew.
what does it do?
That's image skew.
Okay. Tanwir, can you tell us after scale?
The scale one is where you can put the
Is it scale only?
scale and not set, sorry.
Okay, sure.
So you can put it in the right hand corner, whatever you want to put exactly on the page, but it will stay like the shape. It won't be any like how can I say won't be rotating it or it won't be skewing this like the normal image that you got. So you can put it in the right hand corner, it will like a translate with 100%, minus 100%, and minus 100%. And the scale would be 0.5. And if you change it, you can or obviously you change it to move to something else you want to do on the page.
Nice. So, this is the end of the slide. So, you'll start with the practicals, but I have to show you what you must research for tomorrow. I'll ask you questions, right? Just give me a second.
And I like at the bottom of this.
Yeah. You can just rewrite that for me so that we can have more space. So the practicals, you'll be doing it on VS Code. If you're on VS Code, just check quickly if you have installed live server. If not, install it. Wait, I'm still, yeah, just give me a second.
Lindile is the first one. Last one.
Are you on VS Code?
The last one is from download one.
No. Go on VS Code on extensions. There's a tab for extensions. Is it resolved? Yeah. So you do the same. Just give me a minute, I will call you just right up. The system is very slow today. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll focus on CSS transitions and CSS3 animations. I know it may look like it's not a lot, but it is a lot. CSS3 transitions, CSS3, animations. Yeah, just that. Then at 3 you can write practicals because you get to do practicals also. On both CSS transitions and animations. By the way, we will be finishing CSS on this week. I think on Wednesday we are done with CSS. That's where you will start with your own assignments, which is modifying the last assignment that we did last time. Right. And